You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing today? Okay, very quickly, right, in today's class, right, I want to explain and teach you how you can customize your trading view, right, to look like mine, or just for you to set it up, right? So this will be tagged as setting up your trading view to know when and how to mark your chart to look like mine and how to trade alongside with the liquidity provider concept or with a bank strategy. All right, so very quickly, let's just look at what you can do, right, to set up this, right? Okay, this is our chart as you can see it here, and this is really a free account that I created for the purpose of me, right, just to explain how you can set up your trading view account. Recently I just started using trading view and I actually found it very awesome, right, in my markings and also in documentations of my trades. So this has really been very helpful. But I'm still using trading for, but basically I use trading view, right, to mark up charts and I take my trades on MT4. All right, so let's see. If you just register on trading view, right, this is what you're going to have, right? This display, this is exactly what you're going to have. You have all this information here, as you can have it being displayed here and every other thing. So very quickly, without wasting up your time, right, let's see if we can actually finish this up on time. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, right, is for me to really set up this particular candlestick, right? You can leave yours at any color of your choice, but I prefer another color, and that color is what I'm going to use to teach this particular video. To teach in this particular video on how to set up your trading view account. All right, so very quickly I'll go to settings. You can see my cross my mouse, right, my as you can see it, right, this is my cursor, or you can see it. So I'm going to click on charts, the settings, or chart properties. So the first thing I'm going to set up is the symbol. As you can see, I have symbol here, so I will go to the body, right? So this one I'm going to change it to this color, right, which is somewhere around green, as you can see. Then the opacity, right, will be at 100%. Then this one will be black, right, and the opacity will also be at 100%. So the same settings is what I'm going to apply to this one, right, which is the borders, right? Then the other one, right, black. Then the wicks also the same color. Then for the bearish one, black. So I'm using green for my bullish candle, then black for my bearish candle, right? This is really what I want to see, right? So the last price line, right, I can leave it there. Maybe I can just leave that at maybe this gray color. All right, previous day close and all this particular information, I don't really need them, right? They are not really necessary for me. So what I think you should go to next is the precision, right, which you can actually leave at default. Then time zone, right, I'm in Nigeria, right, so I'm going to use GMT +1, which is actually London or Lagos, any one of the two. So I will choose London, right? So that is actually the first setup I have in that particular stage. So the next line is going to be status line, which I'm going to put this as ticker, right, because I don't really want. Now if I put it at ticker and description, that this is what we're going to have. We're going to have the I'm going to change the pair so that you can just have a clue of what it looks like. But look at it, this is the pair here, as you can see. Now if I put it at description, it will just give me the full meaning of that particular pair. If I put it at ticker, right, I will just have the abbreviation of that particular words, right, just the acronyms, and we're going to have it there, right? So I think I prefer a ticker. Then at the same time, I don't really want all this particular information. Personally, I don't use them, so I will just really uncheck those particular boxes. I don't really need them. Then we have show buy or sell buttons. I don't also need this. Then also I don't use indicator. So if you are using indicator, it is advisable for you to leave indicator title, right? Indicator titles, I don't really need it, so I'm going to uncheck it. Then indicator values also, I'm going to uncheck it, and I will leave the background just as it is. All right, so the scale, right, going to the scale one, right, all this one, I don't really need all this information, so I will just uncheck everything, right? The plus button, the currency, the counter bar, no overlapping lappings, right? I'm going to uncheck all those things, right? Then if you really want to change the date format, then you can change it here, but I think I still prefer this. Then I will advise you put it at auto, so anytime you are adjusting your chart, you can see this auto sign here, right? You can just click on it just to bring your charts to normal stage or normal display that it was at default, right? So the appearance, what I really want to do, right, we have two options here. We have solid and we have gradient. So I'm going to choose solid. Then my background, I prefer my background to be white, right? And you can see I want white as my background, and that is really what I have there. So the vertical grid lines, right, this is black, but you can just choose not to have anything there, put it at 0, as you can see that. Then let's go back, put that 0, then this horizontal grid line, right, which is actually what we have here. As you can see, all this particular mark that you can see here, I don't really need it also, so I'll put this at 0 so that my chart can just be plain. As you can see, my chart can be plain. So section break, all right, I don't really need section break, right? There's nothing I really want to use it to do, right? Because section break on TradingView is quite different from the one I have on MT4. The one of MT4 is really highly preferable because it really shows all the necessary information that I need. Though there are some indicators, right, on TradingView that can actually do that, but I don't really want to mess up with my I don't want my chart to really look so messy, so I just have to leave it at that. So I have to uncheck this. So the scale, right, the scale test, which is actually what we have here, all this number on this number. So you can just change it to any color of your choice, right? White, you're not going to see anything there, all right? Maybe red, this is what we're going to see there. Well, I just prefer the black, right? Then maybe to 10, so that it will not really be too big. But based on your own idea, right, this scale test, right, what is the meaning of this scale test? This number that we have here, you can see when I change it to 16, look at how big it is. So based on your own eye, right, how your sighting, now you can actually see things, you can just determine or decide what you really want to have there. But I prefer 10, right? I just want to put it as 10. So the scale lines, right, what is the scale lines? The one that we have here, can you see this edge? This edge, that's what we call the scale line. So I'm going to pull that for black too, then maybe increase the opacity, right, to be very thick, so that line can actually shows that there. So though it's not really necessary, but that's just for me. So for the watermark, right, the watermark means it's going to display the name of the chart of the pair you are trading. If I put it there now, you can see it here. Can you see, right? It's going to write the names of the pair you are trading. So basically you can change the color to anything of your choice, right? This one is just left at black, then maybe the opacity was actually reduced, so we can reduce it a bit so that it will just look faint, right? If you really want it there, I actually prefer it to be on my chart. It actually make my work easier for me to know the pair I'm trading, so I don't really need to be looking at this one for me to know the pair. That is after I've actually taken the screenshot, or I've already taken the picture of my setup. So if I'm just scanning through my profile, I'll be able to know the pairs that I'm actually viewing on time. So that is that. So at the same time, if that is too faint for you, right, you can increase the opacity so that you can have it much more visible, as you can actually see it there. So that is for the watermark. Just like what I said, you have to check it. Then the next one is going to be the crosshair. All right, so the crosshair, just like what you have here, can you see the crosshair? Right, so you can just leave it at any color, maybe black. Can you see it? So any of your color, any preferable one. I prefer the gray. All right, that is what I've been using. All right, the gray, as you can see. All right, or maybe let's make it, give it a bit, right? So that is that. So the next one is a navigation button, right, which is actually what we have here. Now if you say always visible, this is what we have here. I don't really need it because I'm using the mouse, right? I'm not using my computer, so it actually make my work easier not to really have it here. And sometimes they really always disrupt me if I really want to mark up a chart. Just for example, let's say I want to mark a chart here. I want to mark a box here. All right, sometimes it will just really disturb what I was doing. Let's say from here, can you see on this particular zone? So I have to be moving this particular candlestick away from this zone before I will be able to mark any chart in there. So for me, I will just leave it at always invisible. Why? Because I can just use my mouse to do whatever it is I want to do. I want to zoom in, I want to zoom in, or I want to zoom out, as you can see. So that is really what I can use my mouse to do. Then if I really, maybe I actually adjust my chart, as you can see what is going on here. Let me just, I want to adjust my chart. Look at what I'm doing, right? So I can easily click on auto just to reset it back to normal, as you can see what I have in there. So that's for the pin button. So I will just put this one also at always invisible. Also, then the top margin or at the bottom margin, right, can just leave it at this, right? The top margin is just all those particular stuff that you have on your chart, so you can just put it at your own taste anyway. So the trading view, right, I mean the trading, just if you really want to be taking trades on trading view, that is when you've actually linked your broker to trading view account, so you can directly take a trade on trading view. But for me, I don't do that, so I'm actually going to surely uncheck everything. I don't really need it. Even when not when you do not uncheck it, it doesn't really give any effect. Then on this, so I guess it's always checked, so you have to uncheck everything. Make sure that everything is unchecked so that you will not have news being displayed and all those particular signs of news being displayed in your chart. So after you have done that, so I will advise you just click on OK so that everything will be perfected. Then what you can do also is for you to save it. Now look at save as. Can you see this? Now I cannot do this, right, because this is not a paid account. So you can click on save as and you just save it. So anytime you want to load template, you just come to this particular zone. You're going to have the option there. Just click on the template you've already you've saved, then it will display directly on your chart. So that is what you can do with such. So the next thing that we're going to do, the next thing we're going to look at, as you can see, these are, we've already set up the view. So the next thing you are going to do is just to add pairs to your watch list. So all this particular watch list here, I'm not interested in it. So the first thing I'm going to do, right, is to delete everything that is here. Right, I will click on clear list. Right, I want to click on clear list, as you can see. Then you can click on this particular plus button just for you to add pairs to your watch list. So the pairs we want to watch, let's say we want to watch Euro USD, USD CHF and the like. So the first thing I will advise you to go to is click on all source. Then I use forex.com. These are the list of brokers that we have here, right? Look at FX and CDF. All right, so I use forex.com, all right, which is this, and FXCM. Basically I will advise that. And also sometimes I have some other watch lists that I use, and global prime and also Rwanda, right? So let's use FXCM, right, purposely for this. So when you want to add pairs to your watch list, what do you need to do, right? This Euro USD, you can just type the pairs based on the names that we have here, Euro USD. Now you have it here. Just click on this plus button. It will be added to your watch list. Then you can do the same for every other pair that you really want to add to your watch list. So let's say these are the pairs we have in our watch list, and you are going to see everything in here. Then you can go here and just click on last change percentage, volume, and extended hours. All these ones are not really necessary, right? You can see it will just make all this place to look messy. So it is advisable just to uncheck everything. You don't really need that. That is if your strategy is just similar as mine, right? You can as well just leave it this way. It's better this way, just to have your chart clean. Then this one here, you can just bring it down there. You don't really need that information also. And you are halfway done in setting up your trading view account. So basically what I will also suggest is for you to have some favorite indicators or some favorite tool that you want to use for easy access, for you to access them easily. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on this, right? So the first thing I need, right, I want everything to be displayed here, right? So those are the pairs, I mean the two I can easily access just for me to mark on my chart. So what I'm going to do, right, is to click on favorite. You can see this is a star. We have a trend line here, so I use trend line to mark liquidity zones and also for me to know where liquidity is going to happen. So I'm going to use trend line. So the first thing I'm going to click on, I will click on add to favorite. Can you see this? Add to favorite, and you can see directly it appears here. So I can also shift it by dragging it in this 6 dotted point. So I'm going to drag it to anywhere I really want it to be displayed. So I'm going to put it here. As you can see, I'm putting it here. So another thing I use arrow, right? Then I use the horizontal line, this horizontal ray, right? These are the major two that I used in here. As you can see, they are already displayed. So what did I click to bring out this information? When you put your cursor on this particular zone, you're going to see one small arrow. That is the arrow they are going to click on, as you can see that. So let's go to the next tool. So this is Fibonacci retracement and all. So I'm going to click on the arrow again, as you can see. So the first thing I'm going to add here, I use Fibonacci retracement, right? And what other tool did I use here? I guess that is all. That's the basic things I use in this, and maybe Fib channel, but I don't really use that often, right? So those are the two I use in there. Then the next one, which is this, so I use brush, right? Brush is just used, and let me click on it, right? You can see just for you to mark up, and you can also set that up by clicking on settings, right? And put it at your favorite color, right? I use red, as you can see that. Then maybe the thickness of that, can now be determined in here. Maybe 1 px, right? 2 px. I can see how strong that it is now. So anything that you really want it to do, and if you want to delete, just click on delete, as you have it here, or click on put your crosshair, and right click it, then click on your backspace or delete, right? So that's what we have there. So let's add some other tool there. So I don't really use a light, but I use rectangle, all right, just to mark chart. I use rectangle, just all this particular rectangle, just for me to mark my rejection zone or my other blocks or supply zone. So I use this eclipse also. Then I use part, right? That's when I'm actually teaching to explain what I'm actually doing. So those are the tools that I use. So let's go to this. I use test, then I use call out. So these are the tools I use in there. All right, so let's go back. Then the last one is actually the long position and the short position too. So I actually need that to also show where I'm going to buy and what I want to sell. So these are the tools that I use. As you can see, I'm going to put it at the bottom of my zone here, all right, just for me to have easy access. So what is it now? You can see something like a rectangle, a ruler here. So this is just used for you to measure your pips, right, from this low to this high, right? And can even measure it lower from this particular high to this low, just for you to check the number of pips that you have in display in there. Then you have something to zoom out your pair. As you can see, look at how it has already zoomed out. So I can as well click on auto to go back to normal. Then what do we have now? Right, we have the zoom in. Then this magnetic stuff, I don't really use it. So if you can actually solve through for you to know how you can use that. So we have stay in drawing mode. So just for example, if I want to mark as many box as possible, if I click on this stay in drawing mode, I can click on the box, then I will just start marking without clicking on the box again. As you can see, I will start marking, right? And if I want to stop that, I can stop it here, then just right click and everything will just stop. I will not be able to mark those boxes again. And if I want to do that, I can just click on this delete button, and you can see it's going to delete everything. Now you have another arrow here. So you have remove drawings, we have remove indicators, I have remove drawings and indicators. So I can just click on it. So far I don't really have any major thing I really want to preserve from it. So these are the ways I use this particular tool. You have it here, everything is quite here for you. So what again now, this advert will keep on popping up because you are not a paid member, right? Because you are not a paid member, right? So you have to subscribe for you to actually stop all those things there. Then there are some other opportunities for you, just like you want to create a new list. Now you will not be able to do that until you upgrade, and there are different opportunities for you to explore if you are actually a paid member. I suggest that you can actually be a paid member so that you can have access to every facilities, every tool that TradingView have for you on their platform. So the next thing that we're going to look at is how to add in your indicator. These are the indicator. We have seconds, time frame, and the likes. So you can come as low as this. Now this is now if, for example, you want to use 2 minutes time frame and 2 minutes time frame is not here. Now you can come to the lower part of this. Look at what I clicked on. I clicked on this 15 minutes time frame and it gave me all this drop down. as you can see. So I can also scroll down, right, and add. Maybe I want to see 2 minutes time frame. Click on 2, then click add. I might not be able to do that because I'm not a paid member here, so I will need to upgrade for me to really have access to that. So at the same time, if I want to add favorite, just like what we just added here, maybe some some time frames that I'm actually trading the most, right? I can click on this favorite also: 1 minute time frame, 3 minutes time frame, 5 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame, 45 minutes time frame, 1 hour time frame, 4 hours time frame, as the same as you actually like. So you can just add all those indicators there. They are going to be displayed there. Anytime you want to add additional one, just click on this drop down button and you're going to have much more access. Just click on the star, right? Put your crosshair there or your cursor there. You're going to see the star. Just click on it and it will be added to this particular zone. So that is what we have here. As you can see, this is how you use this particular stuff, right? And if you want all these particular favorites to be disappeared, right, you can just click on this star here. You can is at the lowest part of your left hand side, right? Just click on the star here. All the favorites will be taken away. Then you can click on it again. It will bring them back up. So right, and all these particular two we have here now, if you want to change to any other, maybe bars or candlestick or halo candles or whatever thing, but basically we use candles in our strategy, so we adopt this candlestick pattern. Then also you can have different indicators. You can just add your indicators by clicking on this FX, right? This symbol of the FX, right? You're going to add any indicators of your choice in this particular zone. Then all right, and as many things. Now if you really want to do bar play, which is actually for you to backtest, basically I believe it's only daily time frame that you can just explore with this, right? For example, let me just click on AUD USD. Right, this is what we have here. Now we now have an indicator here, so you can as well delete the indicator that was presented for you here. So let's say remove indicator. The indicator will be removed. We don't really need indicator. Now if I want to backtest, so I can click on the back play, just cut off this particular thing here. Now I'm going to see this information, so I can actually put it at 0.1 seconds, then just play it. Right, when I play it, it's actually going to be playing out. Then I can use this to backtest what I really want to do. Now for you to do that on any time frame of your choice, then you will need to actually upgrade before you can do that. Then if you really want to zoom out you want to put it in a full screen mode, this is it. And you want to take pictures, right? Maybe save your chart or copy the chart to send to your page or your group, or we have copy link also. All these particular informations are here for you to explore. And for people that ask me that how can they join two charts together, just ask what we always do in our group, right? What we always do in our group, how we join two charts together. Now you cannot do that on a free account, right? You have to upgrade also. Now if you really want to join TradingView for the first time, so I will advise you can use my link for you to do that. Then you can just subscribe on any available options that you have. Now we have different options that you can actually get into that I'm actually going to show you now. So this is actually what I really want to show you, and as this is actually the most important thing you can actually find. Now for you to mark your rejection zone, right, just click on this particular box, right? As you can see that on my favorite, then maybe you are going to mark it, just mark this particular zone as your rejection zone. As you can see now, this one I can also change the property. I use gray, that's really what I use. Then maybe the stuff also, let's put it as gray also. Right, so this is what I use. Then you can also customize it by clicking on it. If you click on it, you can customize it. Maybe click on text, the settings, click on text, so I can type rejection zone here. Sorry, I can just type rejection zone. Then I will save it as rejection zone. Save as, let's say, rejection zone RZ. So most of the time, if I just want to mark chart, maybe no, I have to set it again, set it up now. So we have text alignment inside. I'll put it as center. Then I've already saved it. Save as. Then let's save it again. RX. Click on save. Click on yes. Then click on OK. So that's what we have there. And at the same time, I can change the color of the text to black. As you can see, that's exactly what I have there. Then I can also change it again. Just save it again, right? this is really what I want you to understand in how you can just explore all this particular stuff in there. So anytime I want to mark in another one, so if I just mark this particular zone as this, let me say I did not really mark it, I just click on this box, you are going to see a sign here. Just click on all this particular stuff here, just click on it. So you're going to see apply, and maybe the one you've already saved, just click on it here and you can mark it and just click on it like this, and it's going to display the rejection zone you already have. You can see I did not really need to type rejection zone in there, and at the same time I can just copy this into another zone by clicking on, right, maybe I don't know, if you are using MacBook just as I am, you can just click on command, you click on, hold your command and use your crosshair to just drag it out of it, and that is how you can use that, and different opportunities that you can just explore. So very quickly, let's see how you can just upgrade your stuff. Let's see how you can upgrade it. For example, I want to tie my charts together. It said upgrade, so let's see what it's going to bring out to me. So you have different opportunities that you can just explore. We have the one of $14, and you have different opportunities. If you want to have access to seconds time frame, then you have to go for this per month. That's close to $60 per month. So I will advise, if you are not using this sophisticated stuff there, I guess this one is just sufficient for you. I personally, this is what I'm using. Right, I've already subscribed for one here. All right, and it's just annually that I paid for. That's if you think that this particular amount is too small for you, right, then you can just pay for 1 year or so. And if you really you need this one, then it's fine. I don't really need this particular or this particular access, right? I just need it for markings, and this is just awesome and okay for me. All right, so you can just buy now and just buy any one that you really want. Now there is actually opportunity for 30 days for free trial, and you can see this is the fee. You have discount also $155. I think this is actually very, very small compared to how much or what experience you are going to get from this. Okay, so let's say you want to tie your charts together, and this is just my order, the application that I have here. See, let me load my template, the one I have already here. Right, so this is it here. I want to load my template. So this is what I have here. Right, let's say we have Euro JPY as the pairs that you really want to make use of, and you want to tie this stuff, right? You just want to tie it together. So let's see how you can just go about that. Now you can just click on this particular sign. Can you see this particular sign? Click on it. That's if you're already paid and already a paid member, and just click on this is how you want to tie it. Can you see this? Can you see it here? Now we want to have maybe Euro JPY here, right, and Euro JPY here. And if Euro JPY is not displayed in this particular zone, you can see it's another display in there. If Euro JPY is not displayed there, so you have to click on that Euro JPY for you to have it displayed here also in this particular zone. Then at the same time, you can just load your template. You can load your template. All right, let's load our template. All right, you can load your template in there that you've already saved, and it's going to bring out that information there. So let's say you have a markings here. All right, let's say you have a markings, right, with your box, right, you have a markings here, and you want it to appear on your 1 minute time frame also. What you just need to do is to right click, or maybe you have as many indicators as possible in there. Right, you have as many indicators as possible, and 2 as possible in there, and you want everything to be displayed on your 1 minute time frame also. So what you just need to do is just highlight everything by clicking on your shift or your command button, then use your mouse to drag it, highlight everything, then right click. When you right click, then you see synchronize to layout, and everything that you have marked here would actually be displayed here. Don't forget, just right click, click on hold your shift key or your command key, then you can highlight everything by using your mouse to drag it, then or leave it. Then you can now right click, then click on synchronize and layout, and everything you've marked here will be displayed on this chart. And maybe if you click on any chart here, maybe if I click on this particular zone I've clicked on, that's what is going to display on my 1 minute time frame. But if I want this recent price, I will just click on this one, right, and it's going to display the current price that we have there. So that is just as simple as what you are looking for on your trading view and how to set it up. Then also let's go back to this one. All right, this one, right? So basically for me, I use the dark stuff, the dark color theme. You can leave it like this, but for me, I just click on the dark color theme, and that will actually change everything here. So I can change my settings to what I have before. That you can just reload your template, and that is it in there. Well, I did not really save this, so and that was it. Right, assuming I saved it, I would have actually load it again. So guys, this is how to set up your trading view. I hope this actually help you better. Now there are so many more opportunities for you to explore in this. You can actually get that on your own when you study through, and this is just me helping you to set up for your charts to look just as mine and as clean as possible. So don't forget, you just have to keep it simple. So I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take